Okay, let's see if I can do this. Trying again. I'm gonna make pierogies. I actually call them vareniki, which is, I think, the Ukrainian Russian name for it. That's what we called it at home, and in Argentina they still call that. Pierogi is the Polish name. It's all the same thing. So I have a cup of flour, an egg, a little bit of salt, and oil, and that's all we need for the dough. There are all kinds of recipes. This is the way I do it. I also have some fillings. I have some cooked potato and fried onions. I also have some potatoes, onion, and spinach. You can try any kind of filling that you want. Just remember that the filling has to be cooked because it's only going to be boiled for about a minute. I have a pot of hot water boiling there to make it ready. So in the well, I'm dropping the egg, and I'll put a little bit of salt and a drop of oil. Just a drop. And first I mix it a little bit with a fork. And I'm going to add a little water. I have here about 1/4 of a cup. You may or may not need all of it. It really depends on the flour and the weather and the size of the egg. So I'm putting a little less. And then if I need to, then I'll add some more. So first I mix it with a fork, and then I'm going to gather it by hand. Okay. Just gather it into a soft dough. Some let the dough rest in the refrigerator for about an hour. You wrap it in plastic and let it sit in the refrigerator. For today, I won't. Sometimes I do, depending on how I feel. If you do, then what you can do while it's resting is you can make the filling while the dough is resting in the refrigerator. So let's try to get it. And I have some okay. In the pierogi class that I took, they had some very interesting fillings like sauerkraut, which not for me. They also had some sweet, like berries, which also doesn't appeal to me, but you can try anything you want. Okay. Now I feel it should hold, not too soft, not too sticky, but hold. Okay. And I'm gonna clean up my hands a little bit so that they don't stick. See, I did not need the whole 1/4 cup of water, and then we roll out. Nice and thin, as thin as you can make it. The thinner, the better. You don't want a doughy kind of pierogi. In Argentina, everybody still calls them varenikach, just like they call the Jewish grandmothers bove. I think I'm getting it to the right kind of thickness. Like I said, as thin as we can, without it breaking. And we're gonna make it even thinner. But anyway, okay, so now that it is, so I have a cookie cutter. You can use a cup, you can use anything. So let me just stretch it a little bit more. Okay. Cut it with a cookie cutter. And then stretch it some more. And this is a trick that I did learn, that you're going to fold it on the other side because it's going to be stickier on the underside. And then you take the filling and place it in. Fold it over and pinch the ends, and you need to pinch them really, really well because you don't want them to come open in the boiling water. Okay, so you pinch, pinch, pinch. And you have a pierogi. When water is in a hard boil with a little salt, you gently drop them in the water, maybe a minute. They'll float, most of them. Maybe they'll need a nudge. But for about a minute, then you take it out and serve it. I like to put a little bit of butter on it. You can put some sauce or anything else. The filling has to be something either cooked or that doesn't need cooking because it spends so little time in the water. So I hope this is helpful. Enjoy.